morning. Today is Saturday, July 11th. It's time for our weekly meeting, which is Lower Your Smart Points in the Kitchen. I have a bunch of papers because I've been printing a lot of stuff this morning, but there's only 2 pages for this. So I wanted to do it outside, but it's quite breezy. And you would have only heard the whooshing of the wind, and I get a lot of complaints that people can't hear me outside. So I thought I'll do this inside so that you can hear me for sure. But I weighed in this morning. Just a point of a reminder of last week, I had gained 1.8 because of my anniversary on Thursday. But how did I do this week? Let's take a look. Consider this shocked. Consider this shocked because I am like beyond belief of that I had a pound loss. It just shows you that you can't really rely too much on the scale. You can't take it too much to heart. Last week when I had my 1.8 gain, I told you that I knew that I was going to have a gain because of my anniversary. I had banana cream pie for my anniversary, but I pride myself on the fact that on Friday and Saturday I got right back on track. I was perfect. You couldn't have been any better. You couldn't have been any better than I was. I was like within my points. I was even a little bit under. I think I had like 16 points on Friday, and I think I had 18 points on Saturday, and then Sunday. Sunday, I don't know why. I had a slice of my turtle cake, which if you've watched my daily vlog, you'll know that that's my favorite cake. So I did have a generous slice of my cake. Jim wanted Burger King for dinner. I don't get carry out. You know that. I don't get carry out. I got carry out. I got a Burger King. I got a cheese Whopper with extra pickles, extra onions, extra mayo, large size with fry and a Coke. And then I had that generous piece of cake. And I felt defeated. I really did. I felt defeated. So if you've watched this week, I did a series this past week on self-doubt because I really doubted myself. And on Monday, I thought, you know what? I got to get on the scale. I know that 1.8, I should have really put a little bit more of a gain than I did. And oh my gosh, I was right. I told you on Monday I saw a number I never wanted to see again, but I wouldn't tell you what the number was, but I did tell you that I would tell you today. I really was thinking twice about even telling you today because it's embarrassing. It's an embarrassing number. But, I should tell you that today I weighed 212.8, which is a 1 pound loss, which is a 91.4 total loss since I started. But I got on the scale on Monday expecting to gain another pound. I figured, you know what? I weighed 213.8 last week. I'm thinking I got on the scale on Monday. I thought, I'm going to weigh 215. I just knew it, but I thought I need to see the number. I weighed 220 pounds. I was back. I'm trying to get into the lesser digit numbers. I'm trying to get under 210, and here I was going back into the 20s. Oh, slap me back into reality because, oh my gosh, I thought, Sandy, where are you going? You're going the wrong way. To quote my favorite movie, of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I was like, oh my gosh, that's how easy it can go back on. That's how quickly I can get it back up to 300 pounds. No, rein it in, pull it in. You got to do something. Let's get fit. Let's get fit again. And I couldn't walk this week. Not that I couldn't walk, but it was so hot and muggy, and like the humidity was like at 95%. The heat index was like at 102. And it's not like Arizona and all them where they say it's a dry heat. Although, you know what? I've been to Arizona, and it is a different heat than here. It really is. A humid heat is so much different than a dry heat. It's still hot. Don't get me wrong. It's still hot. But it's a different type of heat. So I wasn't able to walk. So I had to strictly rely on being perfect with my food choices. And I didn't show my food this week. And as silly as that sounds, taking that pressure off of me. And I know, pressure, voice, Eddie, pressure, like Billy Joel said. It just kind of relieved me. And I was able to stay within my points. And obviously, The scale shows I had a 1 pound loss from last Saturday, but if we're really going to think about it, I've lost 7.2 pounds since Sunday, or since Monday. That would have looked nicer on my tracker, but that 1 pound looks nice. So I'll take that. I will really definitely take that. And it was like a snap back into reality to show me, this is how fast you can put it back on, Sandy. So you need to rein it in. And that's what I'm going to do. So enough about me. It's not all about me. It's about all of us. So today we're going to talk about lower your smart points in the kitchen. Banana bread, been there, bake that. After months filled with cooking and baking some more, you've mastered the kitchen and are straight out of ideas for trying. Now it's time for a summer savvy of swaps, tips, and fresh rain to experiment. I have to tell you, I was not one of those people that baked. I never did. I know there was a shortage of bread flour. My sister was looking everywhere for bread flour. I know everybody was baking bread. I was not baking bread. I was not baking cookies or things like that. My daughter had cookies, and I had a little bit of a problem the one time, but with that. But I didn't do the baking. And I'm really proud of that. I really am proud of that. But you know what? I can still swap a lot of these things out. I really can. Our Smart Point system was created with flexibility in mind, meaning you can still enjoy your favorite foods and reach your weight and wellness goals. No matter what foods you eat, enjoy them. That's what I did this week. I didn't so much concentrate on the points, although in the back of my mind, I automatically know it. When I had my 3 slices of bacon, I knew that it was 4 slices of bacon. When I had my 4 slices of bacon, I knew it was 3 points. I just knew it in the back of my mind. I knew it. So in my mind, and I still track on my phone, and I still track in a book. But I don't track it beforehand. I track it after I eat. That gives me a little bit less pressure on myself. I know. It's like everybody has their own little things they deal with in life, and this was my thing this week dealing with. But I would write it down, and so I know. And I swapped out a lot of things that, like I had a half of a bagel one time, and I usually put peanut butter on it, and I thought, you know what, I think I'm going to swap it out for a Laughing Cow cheese. And you know what, I liked it. And the peanut butter would have been 6 points, the Laughing Cow cheese was 1, so I saved 5 points. And enjoyed it, thoroughly enjoyed it. So you can swap out. You really can swap out. I swap my meals around a little bit too. Sometimes I had dinner for lunch and breakfast for dinner. So sometimes I think your body just needs that little bit of a fluctuation. So that's why you can swap things around, swap your meal choices. When I was growing up, we always had our main big meal on Sundays after church. We would go to like 9 or 10 o'clock a Mass, and we'd have our big meal like at 1 o'clock. And then like later in the day, we'd have like a sandwich or something. I did that this week. Jim and I had the one day he didn't work, and we ate dinner at lunchtime. And we ate lunchtime at dinner. And it worked out really well, and it really did. So that's one of the things we're going to try to do a little bit more this week. First thing they say is switch your method. Ditch frying and sauteing. Hello, added oils and fats. For grilling, broiling, and steaming. I am not so much of a broiler. I had this is like newly married, newly out on my own, and we had a stove that had a drawer, and it was a really old stove. I got married in 1971. The oven or the stove that we got was like made in the 50s, so I mean it was old, and they had drawers that you were supposed to keep pots and pans in. No, silly Sandy. She stored her bags in there. And back then you got paper bags when you went to the grocery store. You didn't get plastic bags. So I would store all the paper bags in the drawer. And then one day I was broiling something, and I thought I smelled fire. And I thought, I smelled something. I go in the kitchen, and the kitchen is like all full of smoke. And I thought, oh my God, I opened up the oven door, and the steaks that I was broiling were splashing up, into the fire. And then I looked over in the drawer where the bags were, and I opened up the drawer, and there's flames shooting out. The bags had set on fire from the grease fire that had gone over into the drawer. Duh. It's like the perfect recipe for, there you go, perfect recipe for a fire. So learned my lesson, got the fire out. Luckily, I caught it in time. There was no damage. It was just a little bit of smoke. We opened the windows, and it was fine. But anyway, so since then, I've never broiled. I've never broiled. And that's kind of silly because that was, almost 50 years ago. But I don't broil. I do steam. A lot of times what I'll do is When I'm making mashed potatoes, I'll put the water in the boiling in the water, and then I'll put a colander above the water once it starts boiling, and then I'll put my vegetables on top so the steam from the broccoli or from the potatoes steams my vegetable at the same time. I do that a lot. And then obviously in the summer we do a lot of grilling. Speaking of grilling, Jim and I are going to go to the Amish meat market when I'm done here, and we're going to get some steaks and some burgers and stuff to put in the freezer. But anyway, because we do plan on doing grilling. The second thing they do is make substitutions. Lean on lower smart point ingredients like swapping no added sugar applesauce for butter, or try our fudge ice cream bar icebox cake below. I am going to try the recipe, but I'm going to see if I can find a lower point fudge bar than the Weight Watcher bar. I think Kroger has a brand that's cheaper and less points. But I'm going to check the ingredients because sometimes, you know, like even though it's cheaper in points and that, it has more crappy ingredients that you really shouldn't put in your body. So I'm going to compare that when I do go to the store the next time. I have swapped the sugar-free applesauce, or you know, like no sugar, no added sugar applesauce in some recipes. You really can't tell the difference. You know, you really can't. I've done it and Jim hasn't noticed. So, but I don't know that I would. I've never switched it out for butter though. I think I just did it for regular oils. But I'm not really sure on that. The next thing you can do is spice up your life. It's time to make friends with your 0-point Smart Point Spice Rack. Boy, that's a mouthful. Try adding curry powder or smoked paprika to meat or fish, rosemary to potatoes, or cinnamon to oatmeal. I never thought about the cinnamon on the oatmeal. I think I might try that because I do like my oatmeal. I don't have any rosemary. Funny story about the paprika too. When I make potato salad or macaroni salad, I always garnish it with the paprika on the top. And I put a generous serving of paprika on it because we do love our paprika in my family. And the one time I made the potato salad and macaroni salad, and I was very generous with it. And you know, like I mix it in, and then I sprinkle it on top as a garnish to look pretty. And we started eating it, and we were all like, ah. And then I looked at the jar, and I had used the hot chili powder instead of the paprika. It does make a difference. Just note to self, it makes a difference. The next thing they tell you to do is buy parchment paper. Lining pans will cut down on the oil you'll use and the time spent washing up. I do this too. Well, I actually have a silicone mat I forgot to bring in, but I do have silicone cupcake holders that I use for like muffins and cupcakes and things like that. And I just soak them in water, you know, to clean them afterwards. They come pretty clean. But what I also do is, like when I buy like lunch meat, I like good deli turkey or deli ham. I like Crocus ham or my bacon and things like that. What I do is, and my tortillas, a lot of times I just like to splurge on the points and have a regular corn tortilla. But Jim doesn't eat those, and like they come like the smallest pack I've ever seen is like 8. That's a lot of things for when only one person's eating it before it goes bad. What I do is I put like a tortilla and then a line of parchment paper over the top, and then another tortilla, then a line of paper, and then the whole thing. And then I put them in a freezer-safe bag, and I put them in the freezer because they're flatter in a bag than in a container. And then when I need it, you just lift up the parchment paper to take out what you need to thaw. Quick tip, that's what I do. And the last thing they tell you is just a spritz. Use a spray bottle to minimize how much oil you're using. A little goes a long way. This is a good plan. I never thought of this. I do have a spritz bottle, and it's just sitting in the cupboard. So now I know that what I'm going to use it for. So that's what I'm going to do. And like I said, the fudge ice cream bar icebox cake actually looks pretty good. It really does. So we probably will be trying that. And when I do, I'll do a cook with me on it. I think I'm going to do that this week. Yeah, I'm almost positive. So look for that. Look for that recipe coming this week. So anyway, lower your smart points in the kitchen. A 1 pound loss. I'm very happy with that. And 91.4 total. I'm on my way to San Jose. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit that share button. Did I tell you to hit the like button? But you know the drill. You just know the drill. So let me know some substitutes that you use that maybe I can incorporate into my new eating lifestyle that I'm adapting for the rest of the month of July. trying to change up my eating habits a little bit. But I'm very curious. And as always, 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 stay safe. Wear your masks. I know you don't want to wear a mask, but you know, it doesn't hurt to be a little bit more aware of other people's situations. If you don't believe in it for yourself, try to believe in it for someone else. If you feel safe enough not wearing one, wear it for them. Just be nice. So stay safe. Talk to you on my daily vlog. Okay, here's the weekly for this week. It's lower your smart points. And these are just giving you a couple quick suggestions on how you can do it to lower your smart points in the kitchen. And then the recipe is for a fudge ice cream bar icebox cake. It does look pretty good. I think you can get a smaller chocolate fudge bar with less points than a Weight Watcher one, but I'm not positive. But I'm going to look into that, that's for sure. But it does look pretty good. It's 6 points on all plans. This is something I might try. But I'm going to try to find a fudge bar with less points.